Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video comes from a TikTok user by the name of Call Me Court 2. And she's posting this regarding the, pseudofasciitis barbae. You know, how men, particularly black men in the military across the board, are suffering from shaving bumps, really bad, razor bumps. So, yeah, I think she's in the army. But I think she's like an officer or something like that. So let's get into it, see what she got.
The hair still grows curly. Okay. In phase 2 of their proposed treatment protocol, the hair still grows curly.
You're not gonna be able to get out of that because African American hair, it's flat, so when it grows, it's gonna curl underneath the skin. It's not gonna come out like regular rounded hair does.
And in 3, and you're going to be shocked, even in phase 4 of their proposed treatment protocol, the hair still grows curly. I've been waiting
Damn,
to
that
make
shit look like it
a
hurt.
video on this particular subject because I was waiting for the Army to come out with some sort of policy. We've kind of been speculating based on what I think it was the Marine Corps Times.
See, this is a really bad case of pseudofasciitis, folliculitis. Um, yeah, it's he's got to have all the black heads, white heads, and this is gonna be permanent for the rest of his life. Even if he shaves it, lets it grow out, when he tries to trim it, he's gonna be permanently scarred just because of these policies.
Came out with the new grooming standards review that
And it
the
looks worse than
Secretary
just
of
growing hair.
Defense has published. But this here is a solid case of pseudofolliculitis barbae. Again, I think it was the Marine Corps Times. I can't remember where I got this screen grab from, but it describes this 4-phase treatment protocol, I guess you could say, where basically a medical provider will recommend to a commander a shaving restriction for a soldier or Marine in this instance. It describes the first phase, avoiding shaving for 4 weeks until bumps subside. The second phase, with moderate or severe cases, 8 weeks, possibly another 4 weeks, same treatment, rinse and repeat, right? What I want to highlight in this video, I'm a medical provider, active duty in the Army, and I write many a shaving profile on a day-to-day basis. Typically, I make them permanent. I usually start out with a temporary up to a 90-day profile, especially if they come in looking like this, because those are scars.
Yep.
At this,
Like I said, he's permanently scarred. So even well out of the military for the rest of his life, that's what he has. You know, it's a shame that the military is forcing people to go through this because he's gonna be suffering. That's gonna be itchy. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna bruise. It's gonna break out, and it becomes a sanitary thing after that. But a lot of people, oh, you can't shave. You should be at the military. And if you can't shave, that's all they see it as. Just shave, neat, clear appearance. But shaving is gonna fuck you up. So what do? You want to serve your country. You want to do everything that everyone else does, but you have an issue. But they don't have issues with people being overweight, soft shoe profile, knee issues. You know, what's the other one? Like flat feet. You know, other things like that. Asthma even. But something that you can possibly correct, keep it low. But you can avoid this. But trying to be hua hua and serve everybody else who thinks they know your body better than you do, this is what happens.
point, and to describe the condition, it's an inflammatory skin condition. Pseudo, meaning not really folliculitis, but it appears to be a folliculitis. And that's because you're using a straight razor to cut curly
Exactly.
hairs
That's what curls under.
on dark skin. Typically, it's a dark skinned person, but it can happen to anybody with curly hairs. It can happen to people who don't have curly hairs, but it does not occur to the severity
Exactly.
of this condition. Like, the worst it can get is usually because it's somebody with curly hair. And what does curly hair come with? Usually a darker skin tone. One of the best things that the military provides to us medical providers is this UpToDate subscription. UpToDate is an evidence-based medical database of best treatment practices, protocols for all sorts of medical conditions. This is the one for pseudofolliculitis barbae. Please take note of what the treatment of choice is for a patient who has pseudofolliculitis barbae. Discontinuing the inciting cause, which is using a straight razor to shave. They can regrow it once the bumps recede, but let me show you another slide. This is the algorithm, same website. This is up to date. Typically, like I said, I give that initial 90-day temporary profile. I will prescribe tretinoin, which allows for more rapid growth and skin turnover of those topical dead cells. That helps with the scarring. I also provide a low potency corticosteroid, which is up at the very top there. And then maybe an antibacterial topical medication like clindamycin. But in that time, you discontinue shaving. Once you get down to the bottom here, you can see that if you've been using those topical products for a period of time and you've been avoiding shaving down to the skin with a straight razor, then you reevaluate and see if you've had any advantage of the treatment. Usually you have. And if you have, that is an indication that shaving was the problem and to avoid it. At that point, if I have a patient that returns and they've had success with the topical medications and not shaving, that's when I convert their profile from temporary to permanent because shaving was the issue.
See, my thing with this is also, because they had the, 15, 30, and 90-day shave profiles. But this that she's showing, that's the up-to-date version of the new regulations for medical as far as shaving profiles. This wasn't a thing back then when I was in. But, the thing is, it's like you do everything you can, shave, try to neat and clean. But I'm not trying to say it's a race thing, but it's always a different race always has an issue with the shave, like growing hair, because they don't have the issue typically. It's like she said, it's typically darker skinned people, African American, even, certain Asians and certain, like Hispanics. It's a thing. And then, oh, you're not trying to shave, you're just trying to get out of it. I see both sides, neat, clean versus why do I got to suffer? So it's like, which way do you go?
So my whole point in all of this is that it doesn't matter if you stop shaving in phase 1 and the medical provider says, hey, Commander, I recommend this soldier or Marine does not shave. It's going to create a bump if irritated. It is a natural response to the skin being penetrated, recovering, penetrated, recovering. That is a natural response to curly hair breaking through the skin over and over and over again. So I don't care what kind of treatment protocol the Department of Defense comes up with, up to date and many evidence-based medical sources say that this can be a recurring and chronic problem. Mm-hmm. My issue is that it disproportionately affects certain skin tones.
You can also claim this on your VA when you get out. Remember that. Those are currently in right now. Claim it. You can think it's like 10 or 20% you can claim because it permanently fucked your face up. It's scarring. So make sure you check into that, those who suffer from pseudofolliculitis.
And if that's what we're targeting, then that is the problem, not the beards. So let's rethink that. I am the type that I'm not going to bring a problem to the table without also bringing a resolution. So here's my resolution. I have seen on dark skin, again, dark skin is usually what is affected. But if you use clippers with no guard, right, and you're still not using a straight razor, it's not a straight razor clean, but if you're using clippers with no guard, you can achieve almost the same look. And those dark hairs, that little 5 o'clock shadow is usually disguised by the dark skin underneath it. You can't even tell. I promise you can't even tell. So if grooming standards and the seal of a gas mask, I promise they will not be affected by whiskers.
But the seal of a gas mask, that's the older generation gas mask. The new ones, they will seal with facial hair. It's been proven time and time again.
So if that is the goal, then maybe we change the standard. Instead of 1/4 inch for a shaving profile
1/8.
is to use clippers with no guard. But I'll tell you why I don't think my recommendation will be taken, because I don't think that's what the problem is. Let me know if you have any questions.
What's the problem then? Is it a race thing? Because the problem is, the soldier doesn't look clean shaven, obviously because he breaks out. So the recommendation, when he's actually proof, actual firsthand proof, in practice, that person breaks out, and she has a recommendation, goes to the commander, because it trumps, like I say, regular military shaving standards within AR 670-1, wearing appearance in uniform, and they still deny the soldier that. What else is there then? Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me the thumbs up. Hook me up, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of May, possibly. But let me know. I'll catch you next video. Peace.